their courage is higher than the heights where they are stationed. Their arms are as strong as the mountains that surround them. Their confidence and belief as immovable as these peaks. The determination of a new India gets strengthened from their sacrifice and courage. Discipline, integrity, loyalty, patriotism, and selfless service, second to none. Here's the exemplary story of the force that guards 3,488-kilometer long India-China borders. The force that is integral to internal security and operations against Left Wing Extremism. Here's the story of the Indo-Tibetan Border Police Force. Pulmonary edema, acute mountain sickness, frostbites, hypothermia, snow blindness. Well, the list of challenges and hazards faced by the ITBP in securing us is long, rather very long. ITBP has been guarding the India-China border in Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Sikkim, Arunachal Pradesh, from the Karakoram Pass in Jammu and Kashmir to Jachep in Arunachal Pradesh. The functions and tasks mandated include vigil on the northern borders, detection and prevention of border violations, and promotion of sense of security among the local populace. The ITBP checks illegal immigration, trans-border smuggling and crimes, and restores and preserves order in any area in the event of disturbance. The altitude of ITBP border outposts ranges from 9,000 feet to 18,750 feet, where the temperature dips to minus 40 degrees Celsius. ITBP is India's central paramilitary force, which is controlled by the Union Ministry of Home Affairs. Its primary mission is to protect geopolitically and strategically significant Indo-China border, which it shares with the Indian Army. ITBP battalions are also providing security to various installations of national importance throughout the country, which includes Rashtrapati Bhavan, Vice President House, and various sensitive installations in Chandigarh and Jammu and Kashmir. In view of Maoist activities, ITBP was inducted in Rajnandgaon district in Chhattisgarh in December 2009 to thwart Naxal menace. At present, 8 battalions of ITBP are deployed in Chhattisgarh. Since 2015, the Kailash Mansarovar Yatra is being conducted from the Nathula route, and ITBP is providing critical security cover. ITBP conducts a large number of medical, civic action programs in remote and border and terrorist or Naxal-affected areas, and provides free and expert medical, health and hygiene care to the civilians in the remote villages.
These are the areas you would appreciate are the most remote areas of the country, most difficult areas, in some of the most inhospitable terrains of the country. We have areas which are 18,000 feet plus. We have also areas where the temperature goes down to minus 45. The wind speed is 70-80 kilometers per hour at many occasions in the year, and that causes a lot of problem for the people who are there. But I'm proud to say that this force has been doing this job since 1962, when the road connectivity to many of these posts where we are located was also not there. Today, yes, it's a very good situation that the road connectivity has improved, and therefore our ability to guard the border better has also improved. So living in that environment 24/7 into 365 is a huge challenge, and the force over the years has equipped itself very well. We have arrangements so that they can communicate with their families and they don't feel isolated in those areas. We have very good ration maintenance arrangements and high quality diet for them so that they are adequately taken care of. We also have arrangements for their medical evacuation should there be an emergency in these areas.
In a historic rescue and relief operation in 2013, the ITBP saved 33,009 pilgrims from grave situations from Char Dham Yatra routes in Uttarakhand in the 15-day rescue operation by the force. ITBP is at the forefront of the movement for the preservation of the Himalayan environment ecology. It has taken up in a big way the task of greening the Himalayan regions, especially in the inner Himalayas. Being the only human presence on forward areas, it has taken on itself the task of maintaining the delicate balance of flora and fauna. Indo-Tibetan Border Police was raised on October 24, 1962 for reorganizing the frontier intelligence and security setup along the Indo-Tibetan border. Only 4 battalions were sanctioned to begin with. ITBP was initially raised under the CRPF Act. However, in 1992, Parliament enacted the ITBPF Act and the rules thereunder were framed in 1994. With additional tasks entrusted to ITBP from time to time on border guarding, counter-insurgency and internal security roles, the number of ITBP battalions increased gradually, and ITBP presently has 60 service battalions, 4 specialized battalions, 17 training centers and 7 logistics establishments with a total strength of approximately 88,432 personnel. Recently, the government sanctioned 7 new battalions, taking the strength of this elite force close to 1 lakh. In the year 2004, in pursuance of the recommendations on One Border, One Force, the entire stretch of the India-China border, comprising 3,488 kilometers, was assigned to the ITBP for border guarding duty, and accordingly, ITBP replaced the Assam Rifles in Sikkim and Arunachal Pradesh in 2004. The Vibrant Villages program will help in improving the quality of life of people living in identified border villages and encourage people to stay in their native locations, thereby reversing the out-migration from these villages and adding to security of the border. The focus areas of interventions identified for development of villages include road connectivity, drinking water, electricity including solar and wind energy, mobile and internet connectivity, tourist centers, multi-purpose centers, and healthcare infrastructure and wellness centers.
ITBP is almost co-located with all these villages. There are 662 villages currently under the scheme, which are only in these areas where ITBP is posted or is deployed, and they are all across these 4 states and 1 UT. Majority of the villages are in Arunachal. 1100 kilometers border we have with China, and we have 455 villages in Arunachal alone. So ITBP being co-located or being closest to these villages in terms of deployment, so it has a huge advantage. Any government agency which would like to visit these villages and take up various programs, they would obviously need some kind of a infrastructural or support or some kind of a facilitation in such areas. So ITBP is there to connect the villages with the government agencies, whoever they are. That is one aspect. Secondly, because we have been posted there for long, we have been deployed there for long, so we are aware of the issues that are there. So to project them to the concerned. So that is the link. ITBP is in one sense providing a link between the various government agencies and their programs with the local villagers. The other important part is that the whole idea behind Vibrant Village project is that the local population should not only stay in these areas, but the numbers should also increase over a period of time. That for that economic viability is required. So to that extent, as I mentioned, providing immediately whatever local produce is there, market to that.
A large and diverse country like ours comes with multiple security concerns, requiring evolution and modification in the drills. Although technology has changed the nature of conflict over the years, physical fitness remains an important component in the effectiveness of every force. Men and women of ITBP have their minds and bodies tested beyond the limits of endurance as they begin a tough training program. The training is to enhance endurance, confidence and knowledge. They're taught to be tech savvy and should be able to use every latest gadget at their disposal to their benefit. ITBP never compromises with the standard of its training and no relaxation is given in completing the task. The force makes sure that its men and women are brought out of their comfort zones. ITBP Academy, Missouri was adjudged Best Officers Training Center among all Central Armed Police Forces for the year 2021-22 and has been awarded with Union Home Minister Trophy. ITBP Academy is the only institute in the country to win this trophy twice, which speaks volumes about the quality of training being imparted to officers of the force by the Academy. After completing basic training, select ITBP commandos undergo specialized training to enhance their skills in specific areas. They are trained in unarmed combat, rock climbing, shooting, firing by pistols, carbine and rifles, field engineering, demolition, explosive training, communication, first aid, battle inoculation, physical toughening, reactive security, counter-insurgency operations, intelligence, slithering, navigation, jungle operations against militants, and specialization in endurance and obstacle course. The Indo-Tibetan Border Police Force has won the 13th edition of All India Police Commander Competition 2023, organized by the National Security Guard. A total of 24 commando teams from the Central Armed Police Forces and State Police Forces had participated in this event. Role of women in ITBP has for long not been an exclusive domain of men. Women have broken the gender barrier. They have been serving in combat, administrative and technical roles. Professional competence, which certainly requires a certain level of physical fitness, has been the most important factor for them.
What we are doing is that we looked at them as assets, as equal partners in this job of border guarding. So what we are trying to do right now is to identify specific locations where the role of women is meaningful and what we would actually be wanting that women should be involved here and they would add to our whole concept of security at the borders. So we are identifying those places. For that we have to provide adequate facilities, both in accommodation as well as privacy and hygiene. So we should have medical facilities as well. So we are in the process right now of locating the women component in places where I, as DG, can provide them safe environment, number one. Number two, they have access to a lady doctor and also lady supervisory officers, so that the whole environment is safe for them and they are in decent numbers. Since 2010, we have also involved women in border guarding jobs in the remotest areas. So the strength is in say 10, 15, 20, but they are there and they are doing long range patrols. They do 75-kilometer patrols and they go right up to the border under very difficult circumstances.
A well-equipped and highly trained team of elite ITBP commandos are deployed in Afghanistan for providing security to the Indian Embassy in Kabul. ITBP has also excelled in UN peacekeeping operations. The force personnel were deployed for peacekeeping operations in Angola, Namibia, Cambodia, Bosnia, Mozambique and Kosovo. The force has also earned a number of decorations like 7 Padma Shri, 2 Kirti Chakra, 6 Shaurya Chakra, 1 Sena Medal, 19 President's Police Medal for Gallantry, 2 President's Police and Fire Service Medals for gallantry, 131 Police Medals for gallantry, 86 Prime Minister's Life-Saving Medals, 276 Union Home Ministers Special Ops Medals. The list of achievements is endless. As India emerges to find its rightful place in the world, the ITBP will continue to play a pivotal role towards building a strong, modern and resurgent India. Its nation-first ecosystem is built upon the professional force that remains at the forefront in fortifying national security and propelling growth and prosperity.
The most important aspect, that the objective for which ITBP is there, which is guarding the border, which is managing the border, that should not be compromised. And that I look at how every day we keep thinking and working on schemes, that how do we make that part better? How does ITBP do that better? So that the nation which has entrusted ITBP with this responsibility does not feel let down at any stage.